Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my next Focus On video. Dream analysis of the Daybreaker versus Nightmare Moon Dream. Bwahahaha! At last, it's the big one! It's time for dream analysis of the Daybreaker versus Nightmare Moon Dream. Yes! Well, actually, I want to focus more on the actual dream analysis. You know, what is the root cause of this dream, and what is its ultimate resolution, and things like that. The problem is I've had great trouble with this dream because there's actually a lot going on between Starlight Glimmer, Celestia, and even just the very idea of there being a character like Daybreaker. So, to keep this video from being a 20-minute video on just about everything, I've decided to write a script for this video. Oh, by Celestia, I know! What a revolution! But, desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. So I'm going to focus specifically on the dream analysis, but I'm also going to include some analysis about Starlight Glimmer and Celestia because surprisingly, they're actually going through the same thing. But first we needed to start off with something very important about this dream. This is Starlight Glimmer's dream, not Celestia's. So, in a lot of ways, we really can't draw any definitive conclusions about Celestia from this dream since it's more like, what does Starlight Glimmer think Celestia thinks and feels, not actually what does Celestia think and feel. This could be why the resolution at the end of the stream came about so easily, because when Daybreaker says to Celestia, "You can't destroy me, I'm everything you want to be," it could just be as simple as, no, that's just wrong. This is not what Celestia wants, this is just what Starlight Glimmer thinks Celestia wants. However, at the same time, I think that these things about Celestia could be true, but we can't absolutely say that they're true because this is simply Starlight Glimmer's dream. But let's get back to the root cause of this dream, which is, well, pretty straightforward. Celestia says it herself. This is what Starlight Glimmer fears is going to happen if we continue to fight. So this is basically continuing over from the intro dream, which was basically about Starlight Glimmer losing control of the situation. Now this is moving into she's lost control of the situation, and now these are the consequences, where Celestia and Luna will just keep on fighting. They'll both to the dark side and fight each other, and Equestria will be caught in the crossfire, and everything will be terrible, and we're all doomed! Doomed, I tell you! Oh, poor Starlight Glimmer. Don't worry, it'll be okay. Oh. It is especially sad since while Nightmare Moon and Daybreaker are battling each other, she's just in this shield, just crying and saying, "Why did I trust myself?" Aw, poor Starlight Glimmer. She just has no faith in herself. This is where it starts to get interesting because that's exactly how Celestia feels. That Celestia herself doesn't have faith in herself. Because in short, Celestia has been thrown into what I call the Dream Guard role, and quickly realizes she doesn't know how to handle this because she's had to face something that's completely outside of her experience, and she has to do this on her own. This was certainly a surprise to me, since Celestia's always been portrayed as this very strong character that always knows what to do and just seems to be in charge all the time. So for her to say, "I can't handle this," was such a big surprise. It was almost a disappointment. It almost makes it sound like she's weak. The good news is that in the end, Celestia and Starlight Glimmer both overcome these things and find the strength to do what they needed to do in the end. Interestingly, Starlight Glimmer has already done what she needed to do when she confronted the princesses and switched their cutie marks, because no other pony was going to be so bold as to basically confront the princesses and actually do something like that. And this dream is ultimately her fear that she made the wrong choice and that she's going to lose control of the situation and everything will fall apart. Well, interestingly, Celestia is currently in the situation and still dealing with it, and she needs to go find the strength to face Daybreaker, because when Daybreaker says, "I'm the prettier and more powerful version of you, you can't defeat me," Celestia actually believes her and decides she can't handle this and she can't defeat Daybreaker. This is why she goes to Luna for help, because she thinks she needs Luna's help to go fight Daybreaker. But really all Luna has to do is tell her, "No, you already have the strength inside you to defeat Daybreaker. All you have to do is just believe in yourself and find it." In some ways, this kind of disappoints me in that there wasn't really something to understand like in Sleepless in Ponyville, where Scootaloo has to understand that it really wasn't these scary stories that she was afraid of, but it was actually facing Rainbow Dash. But at the same time, this is actually pretty cool, and it was definitely an interesting insight into Celestia's character, because this is the first time we've ever seen Celestia in a way doubting herself. This doesn't make her a weak character, it just means that she has to go find the strength that's already inside her to go face Daybreaker. And I thought that it was pretty cool that she was able to find that strength, and that it was Luna that helped her to find that strength. So, yo. This actually does reflect real Dream, especially with nightmares, where it feels like the Dream is in control, and you're not. But really, you are. Because just like in the waking world, you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. In most dreams, you have to try to understand what the dream is telling you, and then not let the dream push you around. However, in this case, it was more like Celestia just needs to say no to this dream and not hide, kind of like she was at times in this dream. So in the end, I think Celestia does show that she is just as strong as she's always been portrayed. It's just that in this case, we got to see that she has feelings like every pony else and just needed to find the strength, which I'm glad to say was always there. Now moving back to Starlight Glimmer, it's actually surprising that she has almost no role in this dream, particularly in the resolution, which in some ways is kind of disappointing. But I guess it kind of makes sense because this just isn't that kind of dream. This isn't a dream where you can understand your way out. This is more of the kind of dream where you actually have to fight your way out. Where it's more like, I know what I'm scared of, but just get me out of here. So she doesn't need a guide to understand her way out of this dream. She needs a dream card to pull her out of this dream and this fear, and in a way bring an end to this nightmare and the fear that comes along with it. In some ways, Luna and Celestia could have resolved this fear by walking up to her and say, "Don't worry, we're not angry with you, and we're not fighting, we love each other, see?" But I think she really did need to have a dream guard go and defeat Daybreaker and Nightmare Moon to really bring an end to that fear and bring an end to the situation. In addition, the resolution truly comes when Starlight Glimmer is in the waking world and sees that the two Royal Sisters actually are getting along with each other and that everything is fine. So in the end, I think this dream was pretty cool. It was exciting and it accomplished quite a lot, from giving interesting insight to the ponies, bringing Celestia and Luna together, teaching Celestia and Starlight Glimmer to have faith in themselves, and maybe even wrapping up Daybreaker and Nightmare Moon once and for all. Because they will never exist again because Celestia and Luna have decided as such, and I think that's awesome. Yo! And it was just so nice to see the Royal Sisters back together again. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. So I enjoyed this journey into Dream, and I hope that you enjoyed it as well. And I definitely look forward to seeing what happens next in the world of Dream. So that is the end of my dream analysis of the Daybreaker vs. Nightmare Moon Dream. This is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.